How Donald Trump earns and spends his billions. The net worth of Donald Trump is not publicly known. Various news organizations have attempted to estimate his wealth. Forbes estimates it at $2.5 billion as of April 12, 2023, with Trump making much higher claims. Trump received gifts, loans, and inheritance from his father, and he also made money from real estate ventures, hotels, casinos, golf courses, fundraising, and Trump-branded products including neckties and steaks. Donald Trump and his three oldest children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, were recently sued by the state of New York on the grounds that Trump had falsely inflated his net worth by billions of dollars. Trump, though, is hardly strapped for wealth. He gave his wife Melania a $455,000 Cellar McLaren and paid $100 million to Paul Allen for his Trump Force One private jet. In 2016, Donald Trump, a real estate mogul and reality television celebrity, won the election to become the 45th president of the United States. Trump was the first billionaire to hold office and is estimated to be worth $3 billion by Forbes after accounting for all of his possessions. Trump's real estate and hospitality ventures are the main sources of his wealth. On Wednesday, September 19, the Attorney General of New York filed a broad civil lawsuit against Donald Trump, his company, and his three eldest children, Ivanka, Eric, and Jr., in order to get banks to lend money to the Trump Organization. Letitia James said that Trump falsely inflated his net worth by billions of dollars and repeated and persistently manipulated the value of assets. Here is a picture of Trump's portfolio, which includes golf courses, expensive automobiles, hotels, yachts, a vineyard, and aeroplanes. Donald Trump is worth an estimated $3 billion. According to Forbes, Trump, 76, has a net worth of $3 billion after losing $1 billion due to the epidemic. His assets consist of a number of golf courses, resorts, expensive automobiles, yachts, a winery, airplanes, and helicopters. The former president's wealth reached its zenith in 2016, when it was reported that he was worth $4.5 billion. His commercial real estate holdings, which were valued at an estimated $1.9 billion before the COVID-19 outbreak and after subtracting debt, are the main source of his fortune, according to Forbes. According to campaign finance reports examined by Reuters, Trump used $66 million of his own money to help finance his presidential campaign. Trump contributed his $400,000 yearly salary as the first billionaire president of the United States. His New York City properties account for more than $1 billion of his net worth. Revenue sources include licensing, branding, golf resorts, and the Central. Before relocating to Washington, D.C., the 45th president lived at the Trump Tower penthouse as his primary residence. Forbes places its value at $50 million USD. At least 14 properties in New York City are owned by Trump Enterprises, including Trump World Tower and Trump Tower. His NYC portfolio is valued, according to Forbes, $960 million. According to the website of the Trump Organization, Trump has buildings in Palm Beach, Florida, including Trump Grande, Trump Tower Sunny Isles, and Trump Hollywood. According to Forbes, they are worth an estimated $25 million USD. Mar-a-Lago, which is owned by the Trump Organization, is worth, according to Forbes, $350 million. The former president has used the Private Members Club as his main residence since leaving the White House. Le Chateau de Palmiers is a property owned by Trump on the St. Martin Island in the Caribbean. It is for sale for $15.5 million USD. Along with homes in Europe, Asia, and South America, the former president also has residences in New Jersey, Connecticut, Hawaii, Illinois, and Nevada. Hotels in Florida, Hawaii, Illinois, Nevada, Virginia, New York, Ireland, and Scotland are among Trump's other assets. He owns golf courses, private jets, and luxury cars. Trump owns 19 golf courses and played golf almost 300 times during his presidency, according to the website Trump Golf Count. Aside from his real estate portfolio, Trump has a penchant for aircraft and luxury cars. He owns 5 aircraft and a variety of cars, from a Rolls-Royce Silver Cloud to a Mercedes-Benz 3600, according to the Washington Post. Trump also bought his wife Melania Trump a $455,000 Cellar McLaren, the Washington Post reported. Trump bought his Boeing 727 for $100 million. Paul Allen, a millionaire, sold Trump his Boeing 727, dubbed Trump Force One, during his 2016 presidential campaign in 2010 for $100 million. The New York Times reports that it costs thousands of dollars an hour to fly the aircraft. Trump also owns a $5 million to $7 million Sikorsky S-76 chopper. He spent $60,000 to buy a portrait of himself. Trump purchased a self-portrait by William Quigley in 2013 for $60,000. In 2019, Trump's former attorney Michael Cohen alleged that he had used funds from the charitable Donald J. Trump Foundation to pay for it. He owns a book about Muhammad Ali worth $15,000. Trump owns a copy of GOAT, a book about the boxer Muhammad Ali, that is worth an estimated $15,000. Just 1,000 copies were printed, with each one signed by Ali. He spent thousands on hairstylists and suits. According to the New York Times, Trump spent $70,000 on hairstylists in 2017 and deducted the costs from his taxes. According to a representative for Trump, the majority of his suits are produced by the Italian company Brioni and range in price from $6,000 to $17,000. Building a brand. Despite his claims to be a real estate magnate, Donald Trump's brand value, which he started developing in the 1980s, accounts for the majority of his net worth. The young entrepreneur spoke up during the 1988 Republican primary and gave frequent TV interviews. The Trump Organization started licensing the Trump name to other businesses in the 1980s, which increased its notoriety on a global scale. Many current Trump brands, such as the Trump Ocean Club and Trump Fine Foods, pay licensing fees to use the name and are not owned by the Trump Organization. When he released The Art of the Deal in 1987, his notoriety increased even further. With his decade-long tenure as the host of The Apprentice, where his crude remarks and public dismissal of potential workers, frequently on the basis of whim, won him legions of followers, Mr. Trump cemented his reputation as a straight-talking negotiator. Foreign ownership. Both Mr. Trump's foreign business dealings and his campaign rhetoric have generated controversy. While bringing in Chinese investors to assist finance his project on New York's West Side rail yards, he is dubbed the Chinese Cheats. That site was ultimately sold by Mr. Trump and his investors for $1.8 billion. Although he owns numerous golf courses in Scotland, the country where his mother was born he claims to adore, he has blasted the Scottish government and UK courts for allowing the wind farm to be built outside his Balmedy golf course in Aberdeenshire. Investors who shelled out millions of dollars to purchase condominiums or apartments that were never constructed compelled the Trump Ocean Resort Bay in Mexico to settle a lawsuit with them. As the criticism over the bankrupt resort grew, Donald Trump noted that the developers had a license to use his name and that despite appearing in promotional materials, he was not responsible for the resort. Additionally, Mr. Trump has come under fire for defending other companies who import items into the U.S. while permitting the garment company that has a license to use his name to import goods from Mexico. That's it for today's video. If you liked the video, please subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon for future updates.